Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hey, this is Dr. Dante, and you are live with me on Morning Motivation Evening Edition. Good evening to everyone. Listen, if you missed this morning, our 7:30, our Morning Motivation Morning Edition, if you missed that, please go back and watch that at some point. It will bless your entire life. Listen to me. I'm telling you, these morning motivations, the morning edition, the evening edition, it is must see TV right now. Listen, we are having a great time. God is blessing us. He's growing us all at the same time, blessing and growing at the same time. And we are truly appreciative of what God is doing in our life. Listen, it is the morning motivation evening edition, and I'm your host, Dr. Dante, and we are live right here on this channel. And listen, let's get started. Listen, we are coming from the book Today Matters. Today Matters by John C. Maxwell. We've been reading this. It's episode number 12. We've been going through it for the last 2 weeks. We are in week number 3. And I know God has been, if he's been, as much as he's been blessing me, I know he's been blessing you with this great reading. Last night, we ended this thing. I could barely go to sleep. It was so much adrenaline. It was so much fire on this live. I'm just sorry that you got to get it this late, but guess what? There's some people that love to listen to things at night, and I wanted to make sure that we was able to reach everybody. So let's go ahead and get started. It is we are on page number 43. I'm going to do the small recap and just head on over to where we need to start at tonight. We're on page 43 at the bottom. Your attitude, not your achievements, gives you happiness. Your attitude, not your achievements, give you happiness. Samuel Johnson, the 18th century poet and critic, stated, "He who has a little knowledge of human nature as to seek happiness by changing anything but his own disposition will waste his life in fruitless efforts and multiply the grief which he proposes to remove." Y'all need to understand what he's saying. Basically, if you're trying to make yourself happy versus make yourself happy with outside or external things versus starting on the inside, because that's where it starts and ends, you're going to be wasting your life. You're going to have a fruitless life. And I shared it on yesterday. You're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. No one has been created to make you happy. The only one that can do that is you. Okay. Get that in your mind. Add that to your toolbox. Add that to your agenda for tomorrow. Hey, guess what? It's time to make you happy. Stop waiting on somebody else to do your job. Talk back to me tonight, somebody. Stop waiting on somebody else to do your job. Your job is, guess what? To be content with yourself. And guess what? Stop trying to achieve everything and thinking that's going to help you to become happy. It's all in your attitude. Somebody type it in there tonight. It's all in your attitude. Your attitude is what's going to make you happy. How you feel about yourself is what's going to make you feel great about who you are. The thoughts in your mind will always be more important than the things in your life. The thoughts in your mind are more important than the things in your life. Control your thinking. Control the thoughts that are coming into your mind, because they can be so much of a distraction, or they can be the blessing or the fuel to push you to your next. Control your thinking. Fame and fortune are fleeting. The satisfaction that comes from achievement is momentary. The author of the biblical book Ecclesiastes observed, "He who loves silver will not be satisfied with silver, nor he who loves abundance with increase." You cannot buy or win happiness. You must choose it. Happiness is not something that you can locate on the shelf. Happiness is not something, help me to talk back to me somebody. Happiness is not something that has a price tag on it. It's something that you just ultimately have to choose. I can save you money. John Maxwell is about to save you money, thinking that next dress or that next suit or those next pair of shoes is going to make you happy. It won't. It's something that you choose within yourself. All right. So your attitude, I'm on page 44 now. Your attitude is contagious. Now, you know this is real. While it's true that you choose your attitude, you also need to keep in mind that the choices you make influence other people around you. Wow. Every choice you decide to make influences other people around you or connected to you. I challenge my team. I challenge them on the decisions that they make, because every decision they make is indirectly or directly affects everyone connected to them. It's the same with your attitude. If your attitude is one way, I can almost guarantee people that are connected to you will be affected by it. I can tell you right now, this ministry that God has allowed my wife and I to pastor is affected by our attitudes. We come in, both her and I come in excited, joyful. We are literally sharing with them how grateful we are that they're here, how grateful we are that God is blessing us. That grateful attitude is carrying over to everyone in this ministry, as many people that's ready to receive it. Because I'm going to tell you, I remember a season when this wasn't the way it was, because there were people that had attitudes that were contagious and infectious. Good God Almighty. They infected they infected everyone connected. And the sad thing was, it was infecting leaders. And as the pastor, listen to me, as I am the pastor, along with my wife, having to deal with leaders with negative, nasty attitudes is the worst thing you can have as a new pastor. I'm teaching to somebody. Your attitude, be it good, be it bad, be it negative, or be it positive, it is contagious and it is infectious. It's worse than the coronavirus. You breathe on folk. You next to folk with negative, nasty attitudes. I'm telling you, and if persons are not mature enough, your attitude is going to connect with their attitude, and it's just going to go all around. It's just going to infect every person it touches. Help me in here, somebody. Listen to what he says. In the law of the bad apple, in the 17 indisputable laws of teamwork, I explain. Several things on a team are not contagious. This is good, y'all. Talent is not contagious. Experience is not contagious. Willingness to practice is not contagious. But you can be sure for one thing, attitude is catching. When someone on a team is teachable and his humility is rewarded by improvement, others are more likely to display similar characteristics. When a leader is upbeat in the face of discouraging circumstances, others admire that quality and want to be like him or her. My God. When you are upbeat, you raring to go despite the circumstances, despite what's going on around you, despite what the situations that you're dealing with, and people know that you're dealing with them, but you are carrying yourself a certain way. They might not tell you that they admire you. They might not come around and congratulate you, but I'm here to tell you they are looking at you, they are observing you, and I'm here to tell you they are feeding off of how you are living your life despite what you are dealing with. Your attitude is contagious. It's infectious. Listen to me. As a person watching this podcast, I need to tell everyone you are not, you are not just simply affecting you with your life. I'll put it this way. When you do something, it does not just affect you any longer. Everyone around you is affected by you. I'm my own person. I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. I ain't got to worry. Yes, you do have to worry about the people that are connected to you, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't care how you feel about them. They are affected by your decisions and by your attitude. Big. You may not like them. You might not care for them. You might love them. You might really care for them. You might really want to help them because your attitude is what is controlling the relationship more than you think. This is good, y'all. This is really good. Okay, let's keep reading. When a team member displays a strong work ethic and begins to have a positive impact, others imitate him. People have a tendency to adopt the attitude of those they spend time with. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's good. Can you really, if that is true, can I challenge you to look at the people that you're around, and I guarantee you are probably acting just like them and they're probably acting just like you? Okay. If you know you need to change some things about your life, I can almost guarantee that you will need to change the people that you are around first, because they are affecting you more than you think. Yes, it is. Help me, God. You are becoming who you are around. I don't care how big, bad you think you are. I don't care how strong-willed you think you are. I'm here to tell you, you are becoming more than you think you are, the person that you are around the most. Okay, God. That's good. Okay, here we go. People have the tendency to adopt the attitudes of those they spend time with, to pick up on their mindsets, beliefs, and approaches to challenges. One of my mentors, Fred Smith, once told me there are two kinds of people in an organization: polluters and purifiers. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. There are two kinds of people in your space: polluters or purifiers. Now, you're going to try to check your space, but I'm asking you the question: which one are you? Are you a polluter or are you purifying? Y'all not ready to read this book. Y'all just want me to read it to you. Y'all not ready to adopt any of these things. Are you polluting the air with your presence? Shata. Oh my gosh. Are you polluting the air with your presence? Or when you walk in the room, you purify the air with your presence? The purity of God, holiness walks in the room because you have just purified the room. Or does your attitude pollute the room? My gosh. Now, if you know that's what you are, you're purifying, why are you hanging around a bunch of polluters? If you are challenging yourself to be a purifier, why are you hanging around a bunch of polluters? They don't mix. Because eventually that polluter is going to literally start rubbing off on you, and it's going to change who you are, and then you're going to adopt who they are. Are you a polluter or are you a purifier? Listen to me. Polluters are like smokestacks, belching out dirty smoke all the time. They hate clear skies. Oh my God. And no matter how good it gets, they can find a way to make it gloomy. Oh my goodness. John Maxwell is blessing y'all tonight. I know he is. That's what he's giving. He's giving you a great analogy of what a polluter does. Don't matter how clean the space is. It does not matter how clean the space is. No matter how hard you try to keep purifying the space, the polluter is just going to keep belching out dirty smoke. It's going to have the nastiest attitude. It's going to always be complaining. If you know you are around someone that's constantly complaining or murmuring or whining, you are around a polluter. I don't like polluters. If you're around me and you're a polluter, believe me, I am definitely going to come after that attribute first. What are you whining about? Ain't nothing that bad. I understand you've gone through this. I'm going to walk you through this. But I'm telling you right now, the first thing you got to do is deal with that attitude. Because honestly, I'm here to tell you, and I'm not trying to get up. I'm not trying to make it seem like what you're going through is not bad and it's not something that I'm trying to make sure you understand. I do care, but I'm here to tell you one thing, that somebody has it worse off than you do. Okay. When the people around them in the organization breathe their toxins, good God, they feel sicker and sicker. Woo! Purifiers, on the other hand, make everything around them better. My God. Maxwell, preach to us. When you are purifier, everything around you gets better. It gets clearer. People are not as sick all the. I'm telling you, you have to check yourself. Are you the polluter or are you the purifier? Because people around you should be getting better. They should want to grow. They should want to do more. They should want to expand who they are. They shouldn't be wanting to settle. They shouldn't want to be just doing the same thing. When they are around you, they feel like they can do more. They feel like they can conquer more. They feel like they can do what God has called them to do. You are the purifier. Somebody type it in there. I'm the purifier. And you come around me, I'm telling you, you deal with that's what you're telling yourself. If you come around me, I'm telling you, I'm rubbing off on you. You are not rubbing off on me. Okay. I'm the purifier. It doesn't matter what kind of rotten atmosphere they encounter. They take in the toxic words of polluters in the organization just as everyone else does, but they filter the words before passing them on. Whew! You got a filter in you. Even though somebody might come around you complaining and whining, that filter in you won't allow that thing to tap into your spirit. You can say all you want, but that filter that's going inside of me, that holiness that's surrounding me is a filter. It catches all that negative stuff that you throw in any atmosphere and making sure that it's in subjected to the will of God in Jesus Christ. I'm not letting your negative attitude, I'm not letting your whining mouth or your whining a display of character rub off on me. I'm catching it all. I'm not allowing it to happen, nor am I going to allow it to affect anybody else. Yeah, I'm challenging you tonight. I'm challenging you tonight. What goes in may be gloomy and negative, but when it comes back, it's fresh and clear. Woo! You may come in, it may go in one way, but when it comes out and when it comes near me, it's going to come out of something totally different. When you spend time with others, do they walk away feeling better or worse? You got to ask yourself these questions. When you spend time with others, do they walk away feeling better or worse? Do you clear the air, giving them a fresh perspective and a positive encouragement? Or do they go away feeling gloomy? Watch how people respond to you, and you'll know which kind of person you are. Wow. So I'm waiting for you to do. This is what John, I love this, John. You have to do your own evaluation. You have to do your own evaluation. I'm talking to you. How you evaluate who you are, if you're a polluter or purifier, look at how the people leave your space. Do they feel better? Do they feel stronger? Or do they feel weaker? Or they leave out the same way they came in? You evaluate it. You check your fruit. That's you fruit. That's you checking your fruit. You are going through that Giant's aisle or whatever supermarket you go to, and you looking at the fruit to make sure it's worth eating. I need you to check your own fruit to see if you are producing. Are you a polluter or are you a purifier? Check your fruit, baby. Check your fruit and be honest with yourself. Let's go. Let's see. The bottom line on attitude is that a good one helps to increase your possibilities. A good attitude helps increase your possibilities. Pessimists usually get what they expect. So do optimists. Believing in yourself increases your chances of success. Looking for the positive in every situation helps you see opportunities that you would otherwise miss. Being positive with people prompts them to be positive with you. And individuals who interact well with others have a leg up on people who don't. This is so good. I love it. Being positive with people prompts them to be positive with you. And individuals who interact well with others have a leg up on people who don't. If you have a good relationship with other people and the other person don't have a good relationship, you're going to have a leg up on them because people going to want to be around you. And if they think, and if the other person thinks they can do everything by themselves, you have already won. Because the more persons you can get on your team, the more people you can have working with you, and y'all going in the same direction, I'm here to tell you, you can conquer anything. Ask Jesus. He knew he had to get 12 members on his team. He had 72, but guess what? They fell off, and he ended up with just 12. And those 12 ended up changing the entire world. Come on, find your 12. Find your 12. Find the ones that will line up what God is doing in your life, and y'all will in your assignment matches their assignment or some way, shape, and form, and y'all going in the same direction. See how powerful you got. See how powerful you become. Okay. I can't think of one legitimate criticism of positive thinking. It's all good. All right, I'm on page 45. I'm at the bottom. Making the decision to choose and display the right attitude daily. Key word, daily. Somebody type it in. Make the decision daily. Type it in, just like I just told you. Make the decision daily. What decision am I making? To choose and display. He's placing these words in here for a reason. You're going to choose the right attitude, but you also need to display it. I'm talking to those ones that don't like to put a smile on their face. You might be doing okay, but can you put a smile on your face? Fix your face, put a smile on it. Somebody needs to see you smiling. I'm telling you, when I was in sales, one of the things they made us do is when you call clients, you need to have a smile on your face because your language, your tone is different when you're smiling on the phone at the same time that you're talking. So when you're smiling, you're going to sound cheerful. It's very difficult to sound miserable while you're smiling at the same time. So they encouraged us, no, they forced us to smile while we were talking on the phone. Do you mind when you're speaking to someone to smile at them while you're talking to help encourage the conversation? So you're making the decision to choose and display the right attitude. Wow, that's good. John, you're helping us today. Daily. I'm sorry, I forgot out the word. Daily. I discovered the importance of an attitude in 1964 when I was 17 years old. My high school basketball coach, Don Neff, took me aside at the beginning of my senior season, and told me that he wanted me to be captain of the team. I was excited, but I was also a little surprised because I knew that my teammate John Thomas was a better player than I was. But then Coach Neff said something that explained it. John, he said, you have the best attitude on the team, and it influences the other players. Wow. I hate to say stuff like this, but maybe you've been getting passed over for promotion because your attitude doesn't influence other players. Maybe you're getting passed over because of your attitude. I don't care how much talent you have. I don't care how great you can do your job, but does your attitude attract people and help influence people? Because if you want to be a supervisor, you ain't going to be able to an effective supervisor, because people make anybody a supervisor. If you want to be an effective supervisor, listen to me. You need to know how to influence people. And the best way to influence people is with the right attitude. This is good, y'all. We got 5 more minutes. Let me keep reading. Just a few weeks later, I was named Citizen of the Month at my school. Once again, it was because of my attitude. My teacher said they loved my attitude. Then it sank in. My attitude was making a difference in my life, and it was making an impact on the people around me. That's when I made my decision. My God, I made my decision. I'm going to keep a positive attitude and use it to influence others. I believe your attitude will bring you before great men or women. When they say man, let me make sure I help you understand. When they say man, they mean mankind, not just man, male, mankind. It will bring you before great men, men of influence, people that have a clout, that have the opportunity to change your life. And the way you get there is the right attitude. He said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw all men unto you. I guarantee you, he ain't going to draw men to you if you got a bad attitude. I'm starting to really understand what is helping me have a lot of impact on the lives of people that God is sending our way, my wife and I's way, for New Kingdom Faith. I'm starting to see it now. It's our attitude. People are drawn to it, hugging them, calling them, checking on them, making sure, encouraging them, not pulling them down, just literally just constantly encouraging them despite what they may be dealing with or going through. It's the attitude. Listen to me. When you have a great attitude, you can influence just about anyone to be able to press their way through, move forward, grow with you, grow beyond you. Okay. Woo. Holy Spirit, let me tell you somebody that you want to be around because they got a great attitude about you. Ah! Woo! Thank you, Jesus. Let me show you. Let me tell you. Let me show you. Let me give you an attribute. They want you to grow beyond them. They want you to become better than them. They want you to achieve more than them. They will put you in a position to make sure you do better than them. Help me, oh God. That's a person with the attitude that you want to be around. But can you be that person? Can you be that person that's not intimidated by someone that has more talent than you, that may be younger than you, that may be able to do things better than you? Can your attitude handle that? John Maxwell, you got me on fire. Okay. Many people in the world mistakenly believe their attitude is set. It has become such a habit for them that they believe it can't be changed. They see it as one of the cards of life that's been dealt, such as a history of height or history of cancer in the family. But it's not true. Your attitude is a choice. Somebody type in there, my attitude is a choice. You choose your attitude. You can't choose how tall you're going to get. You can't choose. I'm telling you, you can't choose certain things in your life. I'm telling you, but you can choose your attitude. You can change right now. You can change your attitude right now by making the decision. I'm waking up with the right attitude. Give somebody the authority that you love, that's going to be honest with you, that will let you know when your attitude sucks or when your attitude stinks. Hey man, your attitude, you might need to check your attitude right now and not get offended at them, because all they're doing is trying to help you to become the best version of yourself. Your attitude is a choice. Somebody type it in. My attitude is my choice. You have to choose to display the right attitude daily. Make the decision. Okay, I got another minute. Let me see if I can get through this. Okay. If it's not good now, you need to change it. Make the decision. Here's how. The responsibility for your attitude. After my wife, Margaret, and I had been married for 4 or 5 years, we went to a conference for pastors where I had been asked to be one of the speakers. Margaret had also agreed to do a breakout session for spouses. Speaking is not a passion for her, is not a passion for her as it is for me. She does a good job, but she doesn't really enjoy it as much. I wanted to support her, so I attended her session. During the Q&A time, a woman stood up and asked, "Does John make you happy?" Woo! I have to say, I was really looking forward to hearing Margaret's answer. I'm an attentive husband, and I love Margaret dearly. What kind of praise will she lavish on me? Does John make me happy? She considered, no, he doesn't. She said, I looked to see where the closest exit was. The first 2 or 3 years we were married, she continued, I thought it was John's job to make me happy, but he didn't. He wasn't mean to me or anything. He's a good husband, but nobody can make another person happy. That's my job. Wow. She set the record straight, and I just talked about that yesterday. This wife said, listen, he is not, I'm sorry, I said it this morning. This wife said, it is not his job to make me happy. It's my decision. It's my choice. Wow. All right, we got to close out, y'all. I can't get too deep in that. Listen, y'all know today matters. Why? Because yesterday ended last night. Listen, I am your host, Dr. Dante, and you just listened to the Morning Motivation Evening Edition. Here, we are here Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock. Get your 30 minutes of power on before you lay your head down. And I guarantee you, you will not be the same, because I haven't been the same. I feel excited. I'm encouraged. I can't wait for tomorrow to come. Listen, y'all, we are out of here. See you in the morning at 7:30 for Morning Motivation. God bless you. Have a great day.